one of the results of this crisis it brings us to review whether we should have more regulations. I think one area is whether we should have more regulation on this pay package to the executive, because some companies pay huge bonus to the financial institution, even they were being bailed out by the government. So what's your view on this issue? Do you agree there should be more regulation on this bonus culture?
I think that as part of the risk management for companies, they themselves and their shareholders are going to be more active in this area as well. We'll need to look at remuneration arrangements. What we need to do is reward the correct behavioural patterns. So I think that what will happen is that people will take longer time in looking at the correct formulation of pay arrangements, so that bonuses will still be capable of being earned, but they will be earned based on performance over a longer period of time. Mm-hmm. So I think we will see changes. Whether you call that a regulatory change, I mean, I think it's impossible to do it by central regulation. Governments can't run businesses in that detail. They can't do it successfully in that detail. I think that there will be greater questioning by shareholders as to what are the bonus policies and what is being rewarded, what behaviour and achievements are being rewarded, and over what period.
I know in London you already adopted the quarterly reporting since 2007. Right now in Hong Kong we are also considering whether we should follow the step of London to do it. Can you share your experience with our audience in Hong Kong?
Well, these things are a balance, aren't they, between information for the market and for shareholders, and encouraging short-term judgments. I'm not a great believer that one quarter makes a summer, and the trouble is that whether it's a fund manager managing an investment portfolio or a business, they're being judged too much on short-term performance. So in some ways quarterly reporting is unhelpful. It perhaps encourages short-term horizons. On the other hand, quarterly reporting is important to give an early warning system as to the health of a particular company. So there are two balances, and I think that we need to have a debate about the frequency of reporting, but also the frequency of the judgments of the rating agencies based on that quarterly reporting.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think another major reform plan in Hong Kong here is we debate about the regulators model, whether we should follow UK to set up the FSA, that actually is one regulator to regulate bank, security market, and also the pension fund market. So I just want you to share your experience on this area as well. I
think there's two things. We've seen regulatory failure across the world, and we've seen it in both models. So we've seen it in the FSA model. They admit there are some areas they didn't do very well, and we've seen it in the US model, which is rather like the Hong Kong one. So you can have success and failure with each regulatory model. And so I don't think one should argue the case for an FSA type regulator or split regulators on the basis that one is infallible and the other one always makes mistakes, because that's not what's happened. I personally think that one stop is easier for the regulated. They only have to deal with one regulator. And also it should mean that all the knowledge, you concentrate the knowledge about that institution in one regulator, and you shouldn't have things fall between the cracks of different regulators. But I can see the case for the other model. Neither are perfect, it's actually how they operate which is crucial.